Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of ATI where we take a deep dive into our last investigation. Today we're going to be reviewing Tejas Chocolate and Barbecue. Before we jump into it, I want to give a quick shout out and thank you to the entire team over at Tejas Chocolate and Barbecue, from Scott and Greg to his daughters and to Michelle, the other partner in the business. We really appreciate the opportunity to come in there and film for Ghost Texas as well as Houston Food Fanatics. So thank you guys. We hope you all enjoyed the episode, and we hope your patrons do too. So, what do we want to jump into first, Pat?
Well, guys, I think we should honestly start with kind of what happened when we first walked into the place. I don't know if y'all remember, but as we had our bags of gear walking to the restaurant,
Yeah.
who did we see on the front porch?
Scott was
Scott.
there.
Scott. And what did he tell us?
Oh, he was so anxious to talk to us.
Dude, he was ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Something happened just minutes before we even got there.
Yeah.
And if you want to just scoot over to the, let's see, 9 minute, 20-second mark, we can start somewhere around there.
Yeah, and one of the things too that I told the guys, I was like, you know what always happens? Like every time we go to these venues, we just want to go in and meet the people and see what the place looks like, and they immediately start going into stories and any claims that they have or whatever. I said, let's be prepared, let's be mic'd up, let's have at least one camera rolling. And good thing we did, because he spotted us the moment we came in the door and we were already filming and ready to go. So this is the clip that Patrick's talking about. The manager there was showing it to us on his phone from their from their security cameras.
That thing came flying off the top of that thing.
So it's about a block and a half over that. Got you.
Okay. Here it is.
As the guys approached the front door of Tejas, they bumped into Scott, who was still shaken by a mysterious event that had happened just 5 minutes earlier.
And were you in there when it happened?
I was not.
No?
Yeah, that was Mikey, the other manager.
Yeah, do you mind airdropping it?
Yeah, I don't mind. Let me figure out how to do it all.
All right, folks.
So real quickly, it's hard to tell because the way it clips off just a little bit. But we looked at that, and there's no way that like something should just randomly come off the top of there.
And I actually talked to Brian about it. I think y'all were still walking around, maybe finding locations for the cameras. But when I was talking to Brian about it, it was one of those things. He was like, "It's never happened, my guys. I mean, they put it in the same spot every time. There's just no way. Even if it was put upside down, where the round side is touching the top of the ice machine, it still wouldn't, because they like I said, they have a certain spot, so it's nowhere close to the edge.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. So everybody was just kind of baffled. I sure wish these cameras were positioned a little bit higher, but it is what it is.
I mean, it still caught it. That's all that matters.
And it did.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah. But I just really wanted to see it being thrown off the top, right?
I love his expression right here too.
Yeah. I'm sure they're all like, okay, that's never happened. So, and actually, if you want to just let it run a little bit more, you can see some of the other stuff that's happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the clips that
I'm just gonna scoot it up a little bit.
One of the clips we can't show you that was caught on their security system was a lemonade stand that's on the counter. It used to be on the counter. It's not there anymore. They kind of got pushed off the counter and spilled everywhere.
There was an investigation team that had a show on like Travel Channel or Discovery. What was it called?
Discovery Channel, Trending Fear.
Yeah.
If y'all want to kind of look it up, because they did an investigation at this place also a few years back. Trending Fear. If you go to season 1, episode 4.
And it's called Railroads or something like that, or
Ghost of the Train or something like that.
something like that. It doesn't
Yeah.
have Tejas in the title, but like Patrick said, you said season 1, episode 4.
Yeah, season 1, episode 4, Trending Fear. It's on Discovery Plus. If you have Discovery Plus, you can probably find it on YouTube. Honestly,
Yeah.
you'll see their investigation at this restaurant too. But the clips Melvin's about to show us, it's some of the other stuff caught on their security cameras.
Yeah.
Do it all.
All right, folks, this isn't the first time stuff like this has happened. Here is CCTV footage of the spirit they call Travis throwing stuff around in the restaurant.
What's weird to me about that one, it's like an A-frame sign.
It would fall downwards.
Well, it wouldn't really fall at all.
It would do the splits versus falling forward.
Yeah.
Well, it
that's
has a
true.
little. I think it has a little
Yeah.
chain in between it. So I don't think it would fully split open.
True.
But
It's not even close to the edge.
it's not close to the edge. It looked like it was open, fully. So it's really weird. Like,
Well, just think, even if it wasn't open fully, is it going to
yeah,
just stand there and then
Round
just
in
fall
the
when it wants?
yeah.
Restaurant.
Odd.
Yeah, it is. See, it's got the little string or whatever in the middle.
Imagine walking into the restaurant early in the morning.
Real fast, we're going to talk about this later in the video. There's a point where we're going to discuss where Turner was standing at some point.
Yeah.
And Turner was standing right here.
And if you want to point where the lemonade stand was that got pushed off the counter,
It was right here on the corner. I want to say that the orientation of their counter was different back then, though.
yeah, it was.
I think it was a larger, like maybe like solid top, a wooden top or something, and it was a little bit deeper, I believe.
I think you're right.
Yeah, and later on in the investigation, on that left side through that doorway, if you go through that door and you take a left, there's a hall, and then another left is the stairs that go up.
Yeah, the stairs are basically on the other side of this wall.
Yep.
Only to find several boxes scattered across the floor, completely out of place. Travis really does love messing with the employees here.
And that's their boxes they use for their chocolates, their truffles. They put 4 in a box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Across the floor,
right on
completely
the
out of place.
right behind this column is a glass display case with all their truffle chocolates, and these are the boxes that those go in. And so basically overnight, these went from being on top of the display cabinet to on the floor. And one of the things you asked him, Patrick, about the motion, right?
Yeah, so basically, their security cameras are set to motion only, so it doesn't run continuously. Because we were wondering why it didn't actually catch it falling. It didn't start recording until this employee here walked in a frame and set the motion off. But what was really, I guess, I don't know, startling or questionable were the stacks. I mean, y'all saw too, these boxes are in stacks of 20, 30.
Yeah.
Why did only 5 fall?
Yep.
Not the whole stack?
And the other thing too with these security cameras, now I don't know what kind of security camera system they have, but I know a lot of the ones that are for residential, it's typically only going to go off from the motion of a human.
Yep.
It'll often not work on small like animals, cats, things like that, because it doesn't want it to
Rodents.
trigger it to
Yeah.
go off constantly. So that's my thoughts on why it didn't go off in the moment of those falling off. But regardless, they were up, and then later they're on the floor, and nobody went through there.
Yeah, very strange. Melvin, if you want to skip to the 1430 mark, we're going to talk about one of our new ghost hunting tools in our arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah. Which this one's kind of unique, you know. Marcos, why don't you talk about it, because it's a toy for your son.
Yeah, it's basically just like a spherical light with mirrors that are translucent, and they have colors, and it's set to where it'll basically light up off of sound.
It's audio. It's audio active.
So if it picks up a sound, the lights are gonna go off. It's kind of cool. But that's really the only way to make it trigger. I mean, of course, if you touch it, that's kind of like a sensor because it's a sound. So, how about making this EMF detector light up? Do we have someone in here with us?
Your thing beeped. Does it ever beep?
No.
You sure it was that, the beep?
I know it's got the lid on. So, I mean, the way I take that is, that was a response. I asked if there was somebody in there with us, and pretty much on cue. You hear a beep, and then you
Yeah, which
see the
wasn't the light
light.
spear. The light
Yeah.
spear didn't make that noise.
No,
Yeah, that was one of the things that I think we talk about it here in just a second. Like, it has a microphone, but it doesn't have a speaker.
right?
So it only receives audio. It can't put audio output. And we had a couple of different ideas of what might be causing that beep. It sounds like the beep from maybe like a microwave.
Yeah,
And one of the things that I know is like if you don't open your microwave after something's completed, like every minute or so, it'll do like a reminder beep. Mm-hmm. But we didn't hear that reminder beep throughout the night.
I mean, I take that as like a form of communication. Is using the microwave as an electronic device to make a response. So it forced a beep sound in the microwave, which then in turn made the light go off. So
Which for everybody at home,
Yeah.
the microwave is behind this sphere.
Yeah, it's right
It's-
about where those little measuring cups are, I believe.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let it play a little bit longer because we actually have a little bit of discussion on whether or not the sphere has a microphone or not, or I mean a speaker or not. It has a speaker on it.
Apparently that little wire is the sensitivity thing.
No, but I mean like a speaker.
Direct.
So you can see how it lights up when the audio comes in.
Direct.
Trying to use that to communicate?
If you made that beep, make it beep again.
We used to leave an empty beer can in the storage closet in the bathroom for Travis.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from.
The name Travis.
Yeah, it was one of the pit guys a long time ago. He like left a beer can in there, and then when they threw it away, weird stuff started happening again. So then somebody put an empty beer can back for him.
So we should bring an empty beer can and set it in there later tonight.
I don't know if it's still in. It should be. I don't know.
Okay.
Travis, did you see me throw your beer
Ghost
can?
tube. Ghost tube.
You see me throw your beer can away, Travis? Are you mad?
It's funny, in the next 10 minutes of that y'all are gonna see on here, it was after I threw the beer can away, all the stuff that's gonna happen. So
Oh yeah.
I really want to get into what you're about to hear, Melvin.
Okay.
Ghost tube. Ghost tube.
That must be normal.
So this is the area where they hear whispers behind them, huh?
Did y'all just talk? Either of you? Sure. I heard that male voice that way. I thought y'all were whispering to each other.
Did it come through the speaker?
No, it came from like here.
Behind your ear?
Yeah.
So Melvin, I want you to kind of tell us what you heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so first off, I want to mention is that I know just before I heard something, Patrick mentioned the whispers that the employee had told us about, but I wasn't even paying attention to Patrick. I was like zoned in on going through the settings on that iPad, and I was completely oblivious that he had even just said that right before. And sometimes it's like hard to describe how you feel or how you hear something or when some of these things happen in the moment. And the best way I can describe it is if you've ever worked in an office that has cubicles, that dividing wall, it doesn't eliminate all the noise.
It's just got some good padding on it.
Yeah, it kind of reduces the audio. So if you have an office coworker that's sitting in the cubicle next to you and they're talking, you're still going to hear them talking, but it's like a muffled version of their talking. That's kind of how the voice came across. It's like it was in the same room with us, but it was like muffled, like lower toned.
Yeah.
And obviously I couldn't make anything out that was said. I just heard a voice. And that's why I initially thought that Marcos and Turner were talking, but they said they weren't talking at all.
No, I think if I remember, I was kind of leaning over looking at the camera on a setting while Turner was sitting there, which is why you kind of see me stand back up after leaning over. I was looking at the camera on the counter. I think I was checking to make sure it was actually recording or something like that.
Yeah, and I know we talked about Janie, who we interviewed. She originally said that she felt like a wisp of air.
Yeah.
She might have heard it and felt it, but we originally thought she said that there was like whispering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When this was filmed, this was probably 1:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And we interviewed her 1:30 in the afternoon, somewhere around there.
Probably around that time.
So there was probably a good 11, 12 hours gap.
Yeah.
So we honestly, we forgot what she really said.
Yeah, and that actually shows. Well, and I think there's two takes on that, to be honest with you. So, like, let me play it and we'll explain it.
Yeah.
So I was standing right here and I heard it like.
Just like she said, behind you, like.
Oh, wait a minute.
I wasn't
For real.
I didn't even think about that.
Next to your ear.
I didn't even think.
We just got done asking, and you probably didn't hear me because you were fixing the.
That camera?
No, it's when you were fixing here. But I asked, I was like, "Is this the room where she hears voices behind her?"
And then that happened. I didn't even hear you say that.
I didn't think you did because you were messing with the ghost tube.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
You heard a man's voice? Did she hear a man's voice?
She said it was like a deep,
like a male voice.
I think so.
I thought she felt like a wisp of wind on her neck. I didn't know she heard a voice. We'll have to review that.
She said a whisper.
Yeah. So the difference here in takes of what Turner heard and what I heard is because the first time we came into the chocolate room, we didn't come in there with the cameras running because we always want to be respectful of the staff and make sure that they're okay with being filmed.
Yeah, not catch them off guard.
Yeah, so we came in and we asked her a few things and she started telling us a bunch of stuff. And one of the things she mentioned was the voice. And so we were like, hold on, let us turn the cameras on and start recording if you're cool with it. And she's like, yeah. So then she's kind of started to retell the stories again. But this time she said it was like a wisp and she didn't mention the voice. So I think what Turner was referring to was the first time that it was off camera. You heard her say there was a voice, but the second time on camera, which is the clip we put in, is where she said it was like a wisp. So she did say both different things. And so I think that kind of accounts for the similar experience.
Yeah. Definitely. So if we head over, let's see, go to 17 minutes and 50 seconds right there. Okay. We kind of switched our investigation to the storage room, which is off of the chocolate room where we were just at. Yes. So we just kind of got started with this investigation in this room.
Which, by the way, this room, we found out when we were there a couple weeks ago doing our Houston Food Fanatics, taste review of the restaurant. They had recently just had some other investigation teams coming in there. And they had stated that they felt like there was some sort of
like an
entity up in the attic right above us, at least two, a female and a younger child. Mm-hmm. And this area, which is where we'll let this roll, and you can kind of see what we captured.
Yeah, the attic door is basically right above here. And just a couple other things to note is when we did the initial walkthrough with Scott, he said that as the restaurant's footprint continued to grow, because it's like it's like a house with some buildings in the back, and then it just kept expanding, that this space, the storage room, was the last space to get renovated, and that for years it was stacked to the roof with things that were there from the original property owners, and then obviously all that stuff was cleared out. So in my thinking is like if there was some sort of something still lingering, this would have been the last place that was touched and items removed.
Yeah, the last hiding spot, if you will.
Yeah. So taking all that into consideration, we filmed this April 6th of last year, and these other accounts were in like the last month.
Yeah.
So obviously we didn't know about any of this stuff back then.
Yeah.
What is up?
You just repeated what you said.
Okay, so that's what's up 4 times in a row.
So it repeated you
in 3 different voices.
Almost like a question, like "What's up above?"
Yeah, now it makes sense that maybe it's referring to the attic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis, they having a party in here?
The kegs are in there, Turner.
Yeah.
You know what? Just now it said you're not a. I felt like if it had finished the sentence, it was going to say you're not alone.
Like somebody's hanging out in the attic.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Didn't catch that before.
Was it starting to say you're
Not alone.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
I guess
That's
I did
funny.
catch that at the time.
Yeah.
Don't remember.
So many different.
Called fat.
Who's called fat? You calling me fat?
Wait.
My gut here?
Real quick.
Who's called fat? So many different.
Called fat.
Did that say what's
Who's
up?
called
up
fat?
again? I thought I heard that too.
Yeah.
You calling me fat? My gut here?
That's
Yeah.
rude. It's gonna be rude. I love you.
Leave it up to me to walk right in front of
We
Patrick.
got a light you can touch here.
It was a tight space, y'all.
We have the EMF here. So make note that when we were in the chocolate room, this kind of stopped talking at all.
Mm-hmm.
So we switched it off. Wait.
You can see Marcos. You can see his brain working right there.
Yeah.
He's like, hold on, something ain't right.
Yeah, because we have a habit. We close every bathroom door every time we use it. Not just the bathroom doors, any rooms or anything we ever enter, we always keep a habit of closing the door fully.
Yeah, and the bathroom he's referring to is the employee bathroom that's around the corner from this wall.
Yeah, you would make a right and a right.
Yeah.
Which we only used that bathroom while we were there the whole time because we did have cameras rolling in the customer bathrooms in the restaurant. So we didn't want to have any kind of interference on those cameras later in the evening. So
Yeah,
we
that-
stuck to using just the employee bathroom.
Yeah, because that would have been weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
So yeah, Marcos just noticed that the door was open and a light was on, right?
Yeah.
So
And I was the last one to use it.
let's play this through because some crazy stuff happens after.
Trick, what bathroom did you use?
The one on the other side,
Who was the last one in here?
and then
In
Melvin, like
You.
an hour ago.
You
I
went
went
after
there
her,
earlier.
right? But then I went after you, right? Yeah. Right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you went after her. I turned off the light and closed the door. Pat is cute. You think that?
Are you recording?
Yeah.
I didn't know what to
Listen,
think.
and I'm facing you. The camera's facing you. It's been facing you for.
And it sounds like a woman
Yeah.
Yes. That,
who's been hiding in the attic.
yeah. And the attic is, if you go back a couple of seconds, the attic is right above Patrick. Those bells are hanging from the cord.
That pulls the attic door down. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
Which
right.
the bells is something that we use on all of our investigations to maybe detect motion. So far, I don't think we've had any really hard triggers on the bells. We had the one motion in the jail, but it was the small bells.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Four wins.
But yeah. So yeah, that's why these
coming
bells
up.
are here. We have these bells. I think I would have about 6 or 8 of those, and we stagger them around on doorknobs or anywhere we think that there could potentially be some sort of audio.
Yeah.
You think that?
Are you recording?
Yeah. Listen, and I'm facing you. The camera's facing you. It's been facing you for a little bit now.
That was a woman's voice.
Yeah.
Pat is cute. Y'all like Patrick? He's standing over there.
Well, hold on.
Oh, is that your flattering music?
So Marcos, you're saying the light's on now after you turned it off?
And the door's cracked open.
Do what? Okay, the light's on after you turned it off?
Well, whether it was one of you two, y'all
I'm a farmer.
y'all left it and turned the light off, right? Y'all would have left to turn it off.
We're getting some weird responses in here, to be honest.
Marcos was certain
Yep.
he had turned off the light
Very
and
certain.
closed the door, as he was the last person to use the restroom. The Ghost Texas team had a strict habit of closing doors and turning off lights in any rooms they weren't actively investigating or filming.
By the bathroom? We should do an Estes method.
Turn.
Real quick too, I want to note that they have it's a really cool restroom. If you visit the restaurant, you're not going to get to see this restroom because it's the employee only restaurant.
Yeah.
Restroom. But I did snap a few photos I want to show you guys.
Yes, please do.
Let me go back to the beginning of them here. They completely themed this bathroom out in Stranger Things. And they did an amazing job with it. If you're a fan of that show, you should definitely catch all the references here. The Upside Down World, the Hellfire Club. We got the little magazine tear-outs here and here.
And they got some artists.
The wall, I think that was season 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so really, really cool restroom. But the restroom that we're discussing right now with the lights being on would be these lights, and this is the actual restroom. So right on the other side of this wall is where that restroom is.
Yep.
Like actually the wall that would be right here,
Yeah.
on the right side right there, would be the back side of this wall right here.
Yeah. Way cool.
Yeah, definitely was. It like, that was like an extra little surprise that we found when we were there.
Yeah. Is that it for this?
Oh no, there's more stuff that happened.
No, there's an EVP, I believe, right?
Yeah, the EVP, and then
It's behind.
No, he told me.
Which saying it's behind, it just all goes back to that attic right above the, right
Yep.
there. It's just
well, and Melvin telling me to turn around right
Yeah.
when it happened.
and
Yep.
and not knowing any of that until recently, it kind of coincides.
Yeah, definitely.
Me to turn around.
There's that infamous beep again.
Yeah.
But I think in the entirety of filming the entire night, that time it beeped and the time when we were in there, those are the only two
Those are the only
times.
two times.
Yep.
Yeah. The 6 hours the cameras were rolling.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the chocolate room, it appears that someone was trying to communicate with the team through this audio-activated device.
Patrick, you can turn it back on. It didn't change anything.
A few moments later, an EVP was captured on this camera's audio. Take a listen.
What did we capture?
You can turn the lights back on. It didn't make any difference.
What did we capture?
So I'm going to crank up the volume here.
Wait,
What were you saying?
real quick, what is odd is Turner actually asked, what did we capture?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. It was like almost right after she said that.
Yes.
Again.
So did you hear it?
No. Because
So-
I think we had just gotten a response saying capture or something, pretty sure. And I was asking, well, what did we capture?
So I'm gonna crank the volume up. So just prepare yourself on your headphones. It's gonna be a little bit louder, and we're gonna play that clip again so you can hear that woman's voice a little better.
What did we capture?
You can turn the lights back on. It didn't make any difference. Difference.
What's unique about that is like, it definitely sounds like a woman's voice.
Yeah.
There was definitely nobody else in the building. At this point, it's probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know exactly what time. And none of us, even if we tried, could get our voice that low. Or I'm sorry, that high.
Yeah. To do like a woman's
Yeah.
woman's voice, yeah. Nope.
Continue to let this clip play out.
No, actually, after this EVP, we can go to the, let me see, 2510. This was us doing our Estes method outside, and something happens to Melvin.
Wait, did you just skip the whole door thing with Turner?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that was big.
So let me skip
Yeah.
forward to...
I think you have it in your notes.
Right here. I'll skip forward to right here.
Oh, yeah.
Good call, good call.
I think you skipped a little bit of the explanation, but
Oh, let me roll it back a little. Yeah, right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was huge.
So the room we were in the previous scene that you just saw was back there. That is the storage room back
Yeah.
there. And this kitchen connects the storage room to the chocolate room and to the retail room.
Yep.
This is the in-between space. So let's start it right here, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to document this. So we were actually in this general area walking this way Turner heard a clicking noise, and immediately you said it sounded like a door, didn't you?
Yeah, and I thought it came from the retail center, but then I realized that that door over there, which we closed earlier, I know for a fact we closed, is now open.
So let's go walk over there.
Back to our strict habits of making sure we do things the same way every time.
Well, and why did we close it, Turner? Why did we make sure?
Because that's the chocolate room where they have to keep it refrigerated, otherwise the chocolate will melt. So we were given very strict instructions to make sure that that door out of all of them was closed.
Yeah, which also has a spring hinge, so it definitely closes on its own anyway. But we always make sure, like Marco said, we always make sure. So
yeah, we'll let it roll.
Yeah, Melvin definitely closed that earlier. What does it sound like when it opens?
So you have to push down for it to.
The doorknob, when it like bounces back up, is the kind of click that I heard.
The camera in the chocolate room is positioned just a few feet from the door. And if you listen closely, you can hear the handle being pushed down and opened.
I think you could hear it, but just so you can hear it better. Oh, I didn't go far enough. So the view you're looking at right now from that camera, if I was to reach my arm back and left, I could almost touch the door. So that's how close this camera was to the door.
Yep.
All right, continue letting it play out, Pat, to the, where do I need to skip forward?
Now you can go to the 2510. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is on the alley that runs along the right side of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And there were some claims of Travis having spent some time out there in the alley or something like that. And there was also some other neighboring businesses, and we didn't get a chance to talk to any of those folks. But Scott did tell us that some of these other neighboring businesses had experiences as well. So that might be something we look into in the future. But the connecting part of all of it is this alley.
Well, on that alley, also on that other show, Trending Fear, they kind of possibly caught something running across this alley on their.
Yeah, we have to
episode.
go back and it wasn't Trending Fear. It was It is Trending Fear? Okay. Yeah, we need to go back and watch that. I feel like I'm pretty confident that that part was something to do with these lights, or there's another set of those lights on the front side that you're like the opposite direction of the camera is facing. I feel like those lights were in the frame of this like shadow figure that they kind of caught going by.
So if anybody's watched that Trending Fear episode, can you maybe leave us a comment, confirm if that light that Melvin's pointing out right there, if it's in the video or not. I'm having a hard time remembering if it was lit or if it was dimmed out.
Yeah. All right, let's let this roll.
For what?
Did I go forward enough?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Actually, real quick, that's what the lights look like. It's like globes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cluster of them.
Did y'all touch my head? No. I haven't.
What happened?
It's kind of weird. Like, I've done spirit box a lot, and I feel like I'm like being pushed like in and out, but like
your head's throbbing.
It was kind of weird, and like I felt like
shaking, wobbling,
like my equilibrium's off or something. I don't know. Like I feel like I was moving, but I'm still. That's one thing. But the other thing is I was having this strange feeling, like I was about to tap out earlier than I was about to stop. Because I'm having this, I don't know, like weird pressure. I don't know if that makes sense. like squeezing or push, like I don't know how to explain the sensation, but then as I was feeling all that, I felt something touch me on the head, like right here. And so I thought y'all were touching me on the head, like it's either as a joke or to stop.
And so the reason I wanted to play this clip for y'all, to talk about two things. One, foreshadowing something that happens to you later on in the evening.
Right.
But two, like you said, you have done Spirit Box Estes Method a bunch.
A whole lot.
Explain a little more, like how you were feeling right before you took the headphones off.
Yeah, so I want to start with this first. A lot of the times when I watch other investigation teams, I've never really been too keen on people saying they felt something or like that type of experience. I'm always more of like, I want a hard evidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I automatically usually am turned off by that. But this moment, I had that happen to me, right? And it was weird because like I usually don't buy into that, right? Like I'm usually complete opposite of that. So start there. But from the torso part of my body, what I was saying, like the motion feeling, is like if you've ever spent like a day on a boat and then you get on land and you still feel a little bit of that motion of the ocean kind of feeling, like you're not like seasick, but you still feel like a little bit of the motion. That's kind of how
like
it
you're
felt.
swaying.
Yeah, and that's kind of how like my torso felt. But it also felt like the pressure you get when you give somebody a hug and then you have that release. So it's kind of like a push in and out like this.
Kind of like the residual feeling of a hug after someone's just finished.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. And then the third part of it with my head is it felt like pressure, like Turner had mentioned something like throbbing, and it wasn't like throbbing. It was like a gentle squeeze or like a hold of holding my head or something like that. But my hands weren't. I think I was sitting like this, if I recall, because
Like
that's
that
kind of
or
I
like
always
that,
do.
yeah.
I always kind of do that because I just want to like completely get in the zone and completely relax and just be, like a funnel for anything to come through me.
Yeah, and you're closing out any exterior sound, like you're you're completely focused.
So that was a weird one for me to have like a feeling versus like hard evidence that we can get with a device, or the Spirit Box or Estes or the EMFs or the mini cameras or whatever. So yeah.
I mean, pretty much this whole investigation, it was a lot of experiences.
Yeah, like personal experiences more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, which never happens to us.
Yeah.
As y'all know, we can go a whole investigation and be like, yeah, this place isn't haunted.
Yeah.
And then after reviewing stuff, it's like, wow, look at all the stuff the cameras caught. Oh my, yeah. But this place, it was happening right then. We were experiencing it right then. This place was definitely different.
Yep. Do I continue letting it roll or do I need to skip forward?
You know what? Skip to 2614, which should be, just not very far.
Right there.
Okay.
So something that happened in the restaurant when we were in the alley. Now, Marcos brought up earlier, we didn't use, because we had cameras rolling in the customer bathroom. So these are bathrooms we weren't using. When we were outside, something very interesting happened. If you want to go ahead and let this play.
Yeah, absolutely.
An interesting noise was caught on this camera's audio. Take a listen.
You know what I just noticed in the mirror? That little black spot right there?
Yeah.
That's the camera.
The camera.
That's really loud. That slam. That sounds totally like when the toilet seat is slammed down
or dropped down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because we determined that it wasn't coming from this room necessarily. It could have been coming from the bathroom that was adjacent to this.
Yeah, the men's
which
restroom.
Would be in the men's room. So toilet seats are normally up in the men's room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be the toilet seat or the stall doors, because if you notice, the men's bathroom was just like the women's, where it had different type of doors.
Yeah, it had all these antique doors.
Yeah.
To make the stalls.
So regardless, toilet seat or stall door, it was loud.
Yeah. And just so there's no confusion, the employee bathroom we were in was not even in this building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's not connected. There's like
there's an open alley between.
You got like the restaurant, like an alley, and then the storage, kitchen, retail, and chocolate building is like separated.
Yeah.
By about 10 to 12 feet.
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah.
You know what? Before we even go to the next clip, Melvin, this bathroom actually reminds me of something that happened that night. So, in some of our previous episodes, if you've seen them, we like to kind of mess around and maybe play pranks and jokes on each other. It's all in good fun.
Yeah.
As you know, they're brothers.
Yeah.
I'm kind of an adopted brother. We've known each other for probably 35 years, so we love messing with each other.
Yeah.
So
real quick, something I forgot to mention, and I was going to mention in the intro, is this investigation came together really quickly. We actually did this. It was a birthday gift.
Yeah.
Patrick pulled this off within like a 2 or 3 day notice. He reached out to Tejas. And they agreed to let us come in, and we did the investigation on my birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday!
Yeah.
That's the kind of gifts we give each other.
Yeah, which is coming up soon again.
And it's coming up again.
Yeah. So as Patrick said, we got a little prank here that was played.
Yeah, so we were changing out batteries, getting ready for the investigation. So this happened actually earlier in the night before the investigation kind of started. So we're making sure batteries, SD cards, everything's good. Melvin and Turner were heading to the women's bathroom where you just saw when something happened.
And just to kind of recap what you're saying. So as we set everything up, we start recording. But then before we start investigating, we go do one more sweep to check every single camera to make sure they're running. And that's what I was doing. I was going in there to check that camera.
Yeah.
And audio syncs.
Yeah.
Yep. And here comes the prank.
Patrick giving the nod of, okay, let's do it.
I just wanted to make note too. It's pretty amazing that all that good food, aside from the barbecue being done in the pits outside, but all that food is made in this little kitchen.
It's a house kitchen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're right.
Also, I know we're doing the prank right now, but the ladies' restroom is to the left and the men's was to the right, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that banging noise was captured in this bathroom, but we believe it may have come from this bathroom. Let me roll back for the prank, though. Sorry.
Hey. Where are you? We're over here.
I got to interrupt too. I just realized. Okay, so the camera view you're seeing right now is from our cameras, not the surveillance cameras. So you actually see the top of the ice machine. So that was the whole point of us putting the camera here, right? To face the ice machine. So this is how they would put the scoop every night. They put the scoop back. We didn't. So this is how it is every night.
Yeah.
Every day. This is just how it is.
And it's a flat surface.
Yeah, there is no slant on that machine.
None. Now, throughout the night, this ice machine will kick on. It'll do it, but there is no kind of vibration. It makes a loud bang.
It's the compressor turning on, basically.
But no vibrations. So it's just, I had to point that out that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, and which, by the way, that ice maker kicking on every so often, man, it made it so hard for reviewing the video evidence and the audio evidence, because once that thing kicks on, it's draining out any other sound you could possibly hear.
But when it kicks on, doesn't it scare you? When you got your headphones on and you're in a dark room,
you're like in the zone, and then it kicks on, and you just
kabam!
You're startled. You're like, what?
But again, sorry, I'm going to rewind a little bit, and we're going to watch the prank. Here we go.
Hey. Where are you? We're over here. What was that?
Y'all do that? It's like a loud yelling noise?
Yes.
Yes.
That was y'all. Why are you laughing?
It was not the end.
No, that's why we came in here.
What?
My brother wasn't even in on the prank.
No, I
and he
was
couldn't
not.
keep a straight face. Like,
Yeah,
he-
just me. No one else knew.
Well, because I was already reading Patrick's face. I was like, what did Pete do? What did
Because I was like, just shh, listen. Shh. I was like, Marco, just listen. Marcos, listen.
Are you not? Y'all aren't joking?
It's not us.
Let me go
no
throw this in
idea.
real fast. That was like a woman's, like, it was
No,
somebody
that
yelling.
was-
Who's recording?
This.
No, like
It was a man.
no, dude. Okay. We just heard like a loud yelling.
You know what that sounded like? It sounded like a woman's voice gurgling, like she was.
You told him to do that, huh?
Did you say get out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get out.
Oh my god.
I like Patrick's acting
I knew
like
y'all were-
he's
had no
checking out the
idea.
camera.
That got me. That got me.
Did you hear him?
He said happy birthday. That got me.
Oh, I want this footage.
Oh my god.
And I'm pretty sure this was Brian's idea. This not mine, but of course I went with it because it had been a good minute since we pranked each other.
Yeah, so the way that worked too is a lot of home security cameras. I keep saying home security cameras, this is a business, but a lot of them are also two-way mics, so they can listen to you and talk to you.
Exactly.
So
that was the happy birthday surprise for Melvin. Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
Now, after this, mind you, we were still in the alley doing our Estes. We came inside. We want to finish the night doing solos, so we all kind of spread out in the restaurant. Melvin was in the chocolate room. I was in the retail chocolate center in their little storage room where the bathroom was, where they kept the beer can for Travis, which I pulled back out of the trash. I didn't want to leave and forget to do that.
Yeah.
Marcos was in the attic.
Yep.
Which is the office. Turner was
By the register area.
where we kind of brought up at the beginning of this
Yeah.
Yeah,
episode.
So just to be clear, so Marcos was in the attic. Turner was kind of below him,
Yeah.
relatively, and then me and Patrick were in a completely separate building.
Yes, correct.
My camera is.
Let me explain what this is real quick too. So we're using the GhostTube app, and on the GhostTube app, they have like 5 different features on there, I think. And one of them is, it's kind of just like listening. It's not necessarily like you're doing direct questions to it. It's just kind of like listening to the room, I guess you could say. And it'll periodically go boom, and then it'll start to formulate an image. So this view is actually being filmed from an iPad facing me. But for me, what I'm seeing on my full screen is only the image. I don't see myself. I'm just seeing the image.
Now, aren't the images supposed to have been created from a form of communication?
Yeah, so it's believed that like anything, like if there's energy in the room or if there's like some sort of communication or whatever, that it's gonna like take its energy and put it into an image.
So instead of speaking or trying to
Yeah.
do like an EVP, it's like, I'm just going to send them a picture.
Yeah.
Visual EVP.
Yeah.
literally.
Visual EVP, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Is about to die over there. Hopefully it will hang out just a little bit longer. Got about 3
I love this dude back here on the blow up back there.
Look at him.
more
Just
minutes of
loving
this
life.
before I'm calling it quits.
We're giving away our age, guys.
If you want to formulate an image here. Oh wow, that is strange. The way she's holding her head right now. That's how I felt earlier in the alley. That is kind of weird. Are you showing me that you were there with me in the alley?
So, a couple of things I want to mention about this. Funny thing is, about a week ago, my brother and Turner came over to help me, get some stuff in the attic. My sister was here visiting my parents.
Once again, in the attic.
Yeah. And one of the times I happened to walk in the room, my parents were watching this episode of ours. And it was on this part. And I hear my dad say to my mom, Linda, look how many fingers she has. Isn't that weird? And I heard it and I was just kind of like laughing to myself, and I'm going back and forth, and I come back. And then, I don't know, a good 10, 15 minutes later or something, I'm in here in the office and my mom walks in. She goes, you know how you always tell us, like, if you see something to leave a comment? And I was like, yeah, what's up? And she was like, that part with the image, the lady had so many fingers. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's interesting, huh? And shout out to my mom, and she's one of our biggest fans, and also so is Patrick's mom. Hello, Miss Terrio.
Definitely, both of them are. Yeah.
Yeah. But so there's a couple different ways you could look at this multiple fingers thing, right? And what I explained to my mom was that these images are generated with AI, and AI has come a long way. But with images, one of the difficulties they still have is like getting hands right. A lot of times you might end up with hands with no thumbs, like in this instance here. Patrick noticed there's like 6 or 7 fingers, no thumb. And this one looks like 2 hands and 1 or something. It's kind of weird, right? So we could chalk it up to AI just doing a poor job of making the hands incorrectly. Or it could be like when I was sitting like this, listening to the headphones, and I told you I felt the pressure, another pair of hands coming and joining in with mine, or kind of like intertwining with mine. So
that's how I took it.
Yeah.
Or technically, if it was two,
entities or
trying to communicate at the same time, and they formulated the image
simultaneously,
so it's both their hands.
Yeah, very possible. So yeah, funny story on that, but also really interesting. And it's interesting that image came in for me, because we have no control over how these images populate on this app. If somebody else would have been using it in the room, very likely it could have formulated a completely different image.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Can't deny the coincidence on that.
Yeah, it was really strange. Do I continue to let this play through, or
we're gonna go ahead and skip to when Marcos was in the attic doing his solo, because something interesting happens. 2850.
Oh, real quick though, just want to point out that's the infamous beer can that we're talking about.
Yeah, that I took out of the trash and I put back where it went, where it belonged. Didn't need Travis getting mad or following me home.
All right, Marcos, you want to set up this clip a little bit and explain?
I mean, I'm basically up in their it's the business office for the restaurant.
It's in like an attic space, formerly an attic space.
Yeah, and off the office, they do have a door that goes into the attic. That's where the insulation, the AC ducts, and everything else is. And I had that door open while I investigated in the office area, but I had all the lights out. I think I'm using an infrared camera along with the iPad at the time. And I still believe, real time, my ears did hear some movement on those stairs. Those very steep stairs, which Turner was downstairs on the other side of.
I'm sure you did. Wooden stairs, old wooden stairs at that.
Yeah. Are any of y'all coming up the stairs? Are any of y'all stepping on the stairs?
There's something on the stairs?
I always hate hearing that clip back, because it's like, I feel like such an idiot, but these walkies aren't the best, Like, you kind of half-ass hear what you hear.
Well, at this point, we were getting really tired, too. This was towards the very end of the night.
5 in the morning, yeah.
Or
4 or
around
5.
4, I think.
Yeah, 4, yeah.
Yeah. Did any of y'all step on the stairs?
So that word right there, we don't want to say what we possibly think was said there. I'm going to crank up the volume and I'm going to play it like 2 or 3 times over.
Mm-hmm.
And we want you guys to tell us in the comments what you believe they're saying right here. We don't know if it has any relevance to the investigation. We don't know that it means anything.
Yeah, but we just hear something different, all of us.
Yeah, so we want to know y'all's thoughts. So I'm going to crank up the volume and I'm going to play that over about 2 or 3 times.
So it'll be loud.
Yeah.
Did any of y'all step on the stairs? Did any of y'all step on the stairs? Did any of y'all step on the stairs?
So I don't know what minute marker it will be on our video once we make this live, but the minute marker of the video that we're reviewing right now, that's at about, let's say, the 29-minute and 30-second mark.
Yeah.
So if you want to tell us in the comments what you think is being said at the 29:30 mark, it's not going to match up to the 29:30 mark of the video you're watching because...
Or just say Marcos Attic.
Yeah,
or, just kind of give us a hint. And definitely let us know what you hear.
All right, I'm going to let this continue playing.
Hold on, let me come over.
Patrick's trying to get everybody motion sick there.
I actually did just now.
Yeah. And that's the retail side.
Yeah.
Which is...
If people place orders to go or catering and things like that,
yep,
they can come pick them up from the side entrance.
Repeat that. No, no one's by the stairs.
Okay, so this is another clip. We're pretty sure that it's in Spanish.
Yeah.
We don't, again, know that it has any relevance whatsoever to what's going on, but we want to know y'all's thoughts on this clip. So this is the 29:55 mark. I'm going to crank up the volume and play it 2 or 3 times. Y'all tell us what you think it says. And if you know Spanish and you think you know what it's saying, give us both the English and Spanish.
No, no one's by the stairs. No, no one's by the stairs. No, no one's by the stairs.
So yeah, so the 29, let's say 29:55 mark. Tell us what you think that one is saying.
No cabello? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
This one's stumping me too.
Yeah. Should I replay that one or no?
Well, yeah, play it again.
Step on.
Let's crank this up real quick. Sorry, guys. It's funny, we can review our own stuff a million times and then still find something later. All right, let's hear it.
The stairs.
I don't know. Let's call that one the 30-minute mark. If you think you heard something at the 30-minute mark, tell us.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I don't know if that's like actual words or not, but it's weird.
So, and I'm going to leave in the retail center, and I'm heading over there now, and about to scare the crap out of Turner.
Which, by the way, at this
On
point,
accident.
I had already heard the word crook several times come out of it.
Yeah.
Out of the iPad device. Did you step on the stairs?
I can't hear you.
Did you step on the stairs?
No.
Okay.
Chances.
Dude, this thing is like... I keep saying crook like 10 times. Yeah, you want to come up?
I'm not going to do a replay on all those last couple, but if you want to comment on those as well, feel free to do so.
Yeah.
Off topic, but so one of the things that I pride myself in is that I think we do a really amazing job of camera placement and capturing the room and the environment as much as possible. So there's actually a little GoPro right here. And when they played the prank on me and y'all were watching the playback from it, that was what camera you were seeing. And then the one where he pranked us was from their security camera up there.
Jesus, you scared the crap out of me. Sorry. Oh my god.
What happened?
Dude, this thing is like... I keep saying crook. Just said it again.
So talking about devices and coverage and things as well. So this little white thing is the motion sensor. You've probably seen us use it in some of the previous investigations, but if you're not familiar with it, when you walk into like a retail store or a convenience store and it goes bling bling, when you pass through, this is that motion sensor. that would have set something off. And then a minute when the camera pans down, you'll also see on the stairs like a little spiky rubber bouncy ball that lights up. And then there's another GoPro mounted right there.
Which that receiver, we had the other part of it in our base camp, so that if we heard,
yeah, there was a camera facing it.
If it got triggered, it was going to go off in the area where all our cameras were
all our gear
stationed.
Yeah.
You're recording, right?
Yeah, I got nothing over where I was.
No?
Yeah, for a second I thought something hit the REM pod, but then it was just the rocky.
Two things. One, the stairs were incredibly steep.
Yeah, just walking up them with one camera in your hand was hard enough.
And then the other thing is we don't want anybody to be to think this is an orb. I'm pretty sure that the camera that was being used had a filter on the front of the lens, and so every now and then it'll get like a double glare.
Yeah, from the lights.
Yeah, so that's all that is.
You want to go up there? Head up there?
And
Go up there and record.
no, I mean one of the EVPs, I feel like I might have heard maybe very, I don't know, but maybe mumbling. But other than that, there was nothing.
Okay.
It was on the.
We'll review.
It was in the first session.
And that door right there, Patrick's walking towards, that's the one that opens to the actually outside and a small alleyway to get to the next building where our gear was stationed, and also to the retail for the retail shop and the chocolate bar and the storage room. They were all through that door, through an alley, and into another door.
Yes.
Yeah. So real quick, I think this ends off with.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, so 4:02 a.m. So, this one ended a little bit more suddenly than we would typically end an episode, and what the narrator is about to say in a minute, I don't need to play it for you guys, but it's basically saying that, like, we can't just make things happen on cue.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes we're going to get more activity than others. Sometimes we're going to catch things in the moment. Sometimes we catch it in review. A moment ago, I was talking about the cameras. We can have anywhere from 25 to 40 cameras rolling for 4 hours to 8 hours to 10 hours. And so quite often, a lot of the stuff you see in our episodes, we don't discover it until a month later, a couple weeks later. Like Patrick was saying, you're sitting there at 10 o'clock at night in a dark room watching it just to try to find something that happens. And we didn't have as many of those moments as we have had in other investigations. Most of what we had was in the moment.
In the moment, yeah.
Experiences.
Actually, you know what? I do want to play a piece of what this says because I want to ask y'all's opinion on something.
Coming along with the Ghost Texas crew as they explored this historic location. The guys know that not every place will be alive.
So it's more or less saying what I just said, but we've had comments of people saying that that voice is reminiscent of a voice from an 80s television show that I grew up watching, and I know my brother did. And Patrick, did you grow up watching that show?
I sure did, yeah.
So I don't want to give anything away, but if you think you know what show we might be referring to, we kind of want to know if you feel that way as well. Do you think it sounds like that show, his voice? And do you like the introduction of that voice in our episodes? Let us know.
Hey, if you know the show, drop it in the comment.
Yeah. Comment below. A couple other things I wanted to. I think that kind of rounds out the episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
a few other things I wanted to mention is we're always working on additional things behind the scenes. We have some bigger locations that have been on our bucket list for a really long time. But quite often going to some of these other locations can get costly, not just in commuting there and back, and if we have to get hotels and things, but they also, some of these locations have an entry fee.
Yeah.
And it's not a cheap entry fee, it's into the hundreds. And we do all this out of our own pocket. It's pretty much like a hobby at this point. But if you want to help support us, you want to help us get into some of these other venues, the easiest way you can do that is watching our videos is one. Right now, we're not getting any monetization on our videos. We haven't reached those levels yet, but we're working towards it. But the other way you can help is check out our merch shop. If you go to our website, ghosttexas.com, click on the little shop button. This shirt I'm wearing, the shirt that they're wearing, you can pick one up for yourself. You want a tank top version, you want a hoodie version, you want a onesie for the baby. I think we even have like, we got bags. We might even have like a little bandana for the dog. You got coffee mugs. Go check it out. Yeah, see, get your little pup fitted out with some Ghost Texas gear. Any revenue that we make from that goes right back into our investigations, whether it's booking a location or purchasing the next device on our list. Like I know one of the devices we want to get is an Ovilus. What's the price tag on that thing, Pat?
$600.
Yeah.
About $600.
An Ovilus, a music box.
Yeah, a music box, and we want to get some more high-end night vision cameras. Yeah. Those are like $1,000 to $1,500 a piece. So if you want to help support what we're doing so that we can continue creating this content, go check out our merch shop.
Yeah.
And if you do purchase something, man, snap a selfie, drop it in the comments, show us you purchased something.
I definitely want to see it.
Yeah, tag us on Instagram, tag us on Facebook and your stuff. Actually, if you tag us and give us permission, we'll post your image wearing the merch on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Also, about a month or two ago, I completely rebuilt our entire website. I spent a lot of time redesigning this entire site. Go check out our website. Our website doesn't just consist of the investigations we do, but we also create a lot of blog content on other locations and places that are, quite honestly, a lot of them are on our bucket list, but we can't go everywhere. So sometimes we'll write blogs about these locations. And so go check this stuff out. If you see something you like, if you read it and you enjoy it, share it. So like say you're checking this one out and you like it, you can share it right here across social media. If you have comments about it, we have it really easy Facebook comment option here. As long as you have Facebook, you can leave comments on these blogs. So you can do that too. And one of the other things we're trying to do, guys, there are some new milestones that we are trying to reach on our YouTube channel. And the way that works is it will open up some new features to us, let us do some additional things on YouTube that we can't do currently, but it goes by watch time hours. And so that means like if you watch 30 minutes of our video, that 30 minutes gets added to the hours that we need. And I think right now we are about 500 hours away from our goal of what we need to open up those features.
Yeah.
So if you're new to our channel, go check out all our old stuff. If you're not new to our channel, go check out all our old stuff. Point being, go watch our videos. And engagement really helps a lot too. Comment on the videos.
Yeah.
Thumbs up the videos. Share the videos. It tells the algorithms that people like the content and it pushes it out to more people. Am I missing anything on that, guys? Did I cover?
No, you got it.
I think I covered all that. So we mentioned very briefly about Houston Food Fanatics. So we did go back there about 2 weeks ago. Myself, Patrick, and Marcos. And my brother and I have another YouTube channel. It's called Houston Food Fanatics. There's only a couple of videos out on there right now. We have YouTube. We have all the social accounts. We have a website, Houston Food Fanatics. We're just getting that started. It's like a food review channel. And so they were gracious enough to allow us to come back and film for Houston Food Fanatics as well. And the food was amazing. Oh, God. I'm trying to plan it that when we drop this video that you're watching right now, that video will also be live. So head over to Houston Food Fanatics. I think actually you can even find it on our YouTube channel if you just go to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, go subscribe.
Right here.
Yeah,
go to
right
Houston
there.
Food Fanatics.
Yeah.
And check it out. We only have 25 subscribers, guys. Like, be one of those first 100 subscribers over there.
Yeah, go do that.
But while we were there, we chatted with them a bit more, and we told them about the evidence that we had gotten on this first visit. And we said, hey, we're really interested in potentially coming back. And they were like, absolutely. You can come back anytime you want.
Yeah.
And then we also know that they own a burger restaurant. We would love to go do a food review over there too. And so like, yeah, come over to our burger place. So Houston Food Fanatics, we're going to do another episode over there at the burger restaurant. And sometime within the next year, hopefully, we're going to visit them again to do another follow-up investigation for Ghost Texas.
A little more prepared.
Yeah.
On the follow-up.
Yeah, I think what our biggest obstacle was that we had to wait till the restaurant closed.
Yeah.
And even after closing hours, we didn't want to get in the way because they gave us the kitchen area. Like they have all these prep stations. That was where our gear room, our home base. So it was hard to really get set up until most of the staff was gone. But being barbecue, they start those pits up at like 5 a.m. So we had a really short window, but there is one day of the week that we can go in there where they close earlier. And so we're just trying to coordinate where we could potentially go back in there and do another investigation and get an earlier start. And we know a lay of the land now, right? Like we know where we should put cameras. We know what areas we should focus on.
And some new claim evidence as well that we didn't know about before.
Yeah, new things. And then we didn't even get to really investigate the dining room.
Yeah.
And there was some stuff that's been claimed about the dining room, about pictures
a lot of
coming off
stuff's
the walls
happened,
and stuff like that. So we started around 1 a.m. and went till around 4:30 in the morning. We usually would get started around 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And so we had a much shorter window.
Yeah. We'll definitely hit that again.
All right.
Well, I think that's it. I'm rambling at this point. We just want to tell you guys, our viewers, however you found us, if you know us personally, if you found us through friends, or maybe you met me and Patrick at some of these events locally, or my brother Marcos as well, when we were at John J. French and we did our review there, our viewing party. We appreciate every view that we get. We appreciate every comment we get. We love doing this, and we do it for ourselves, but we also do it for you guys. So thank you all for watching and participating.
Yeah,
and
I have one more thing.
Yeah.
So we recently got some car magnets on our vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm very curious if any of y'all ever see our car magnets, drop us a comment and let us know where you saw us. I'm just curious to see, what kind of areas we're getting noticed in around town.
Yeah.
Or around the state.
We're all in Cypress, Texas, but we are often going all over the state. So if you see us out and about on the street, let us know.
Yeah, and if you see us speeding, mind your business.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it here.
Oh, we got one thing.
What's up?
Oh, yeah.
Check out the teaser trailer for our next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, check that out.
So,
it's coming up next.
What is that next episode going to be, Pat? I'm glad I almost forgot.
Hey, it's going to be at Four Winds Venue. Okay, so this was in Bonham, Texas, which is North Texas. It's a beautiful old historic Victorian home. We actually did a 2-night stay there. We only investigated one night, but we were there for 2 nights. Beautiful place. And this place was hopping too. So yeah, there's a teaser trailer coming up next. Check it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And our furthest location to travel to so far.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it here. We'll see you in the next episode. Maybe we'll see you in one of those old episodes if you go check those out. And if you know some locations we've never been to and you think that we should check out, leave it as a comment on this video or on Facebook or Instagram, however you want to reach us. Tell us what places we should check out and go check out our old content as well. We'll see you guys in the next one. Later.
Bye.
I don't know why, but we've been in this house for more than 24 hours and I haven't been scared. And now I don't want to go down and get my bag out of that room.
You were moving that light. Will that light make that go?
No. What if we put the REM pod in the chair?
You're blocking that camera.
That's all right.
Guys.
Well, the door just opened.
I have the chills. Look at my hair.
Oh, wow. So
Only-
you must be right here.
Mm-hmm. Only answer you are. Okay.